Hi everyone, Liz here, thanks for stopping by. So, I've been busy, yay! I think you've seen all these on unboxings and all sorts of things before, but what I've been doing in the last couple of days is sealing them. And I have seen quite a few people asking questions about if you seal a canvas, does it dull the gems? Does it affect crystals? Does it affect ABs, the shine on an AB? And I can quite confidently, put my teeth in, say no, it doesn't affect them at all. It is, if you get a decent sealer, I always use the Craft Buddy Crystal Art sealer. To be honest, I've not tried any of the others. I have got some Mod Podge, and I have seen others on the market, but because I like this one, I just stick with this really. This is the 400 milliliter, and as you can see, I'm well over halfway down because I do a lot of special drill projects, and anything that's going to go out in my house, say a wreath or an ornament or anything like that, and the boxes, then yeah, I do seal them, because you do find that, you know, the edges of the crystals don't quite go over where the glue part is sometimes, and you can get little sticky bits. So I thought you'd maybe just like to see all these a little bit closer up that I've sealed, and see, you know, where I've put the sealer really, and that it doesn't affect the gems. So stop waffling, Liz, and let's get on and have a look. I was going to do the sealing on video, but to be honest, it was so hot yesterday. I know 80 odd isn't hot in a lot of countries, 80 odd degrees Fahrenheit isn't hot in a lot of countries, but here we don't have AC and it is exceptionally humid. We really have high humidity levels, so you just literally sit and you're like in a pool of water by the time you've sat in one place, you know, not even doing anything. So yeah, I didn't think that was a good look for any sealing. I ought to weigh about 3 stone, the amount that came off me yesterday while I was doing things. I decided to start tidying cupboards and things out as well. Bad idea, Liz. Bad idea. But anyway, so I did get these done. I just used, this is actually like an artist's brush. This is a Rare Earth design brush from Create and Craft TV. I've had them a long time. They're like stencil brushes really, but they're just so lovely and soft and a good size, and they get quite a bit of the sealer onto them, and I find because they're softer, they don't move the gems around. Sometimes if one of your gems isn't quite in when you seal it, it can move, but that's not a problem. You can just get it with a pair of tweezers or whatever and just pop it back down where it needs to go. So yeah, that's what I've used. If you do want to see me do a sealing video, I believe that Smashing the Specials is coming up again next month in August. So you know me, I love my specials, so I will be smashing the specials in August. So I'll have lots to seal, so I can do another video. There are quite a few videos in my playlists, if you have a look, where I have sealed canvases as well. But this is just really to show you what I've sealed and the outcome of it. So let's have a look at my Peter Rabbit wreath. This was the MDF wreath that I got, and I did put, as I said, the Pro marker. It's a nice green Pro marker around the edges of the MDF so that it doesn't show brown. The only brown now on this is on the back, and they are licensed artwork from Crystal Art Craft Buddy. And as you can see, this has a mixture of gems and normal crystals and AB crystals. And those AB crystals, I'm hoping this is, yeah, it is going to show up. You can see even after they have been sealed, and I did put a good coating on, the whole thing had like a white sheen to it when I'd done it, but they are still lovely and shiny. And even the little like bronzy buttons on Peter Rabbit's coat there are nice and shiny. These were the little teardrop gems, and all these little flowers are ABs, and the Easter egg is ABs, and the little duck is ABs. And yeah, so you can see it does not dull them down at all. And I think for the fact that now this is protected, so I can put it away till next Easter, although I'm very tempted to just have this up in my craft room because I do love Peter Rabbit. It is all good, but look, you can see I'm really putting some pressure on these, and to be honest, they are very, very slightly moving with a lot of pressure. But I did only seal it yesterday. I do say allow 24 hours really to have it sealed solidly. But I mean, that's away now, solid enough now to put away. But there's no sticky on it whatsoever. You're not going to have anything sticking to it. You know, if a piece of paper got put on top of it by mistake, it's not going to have bits of paper stuck to it or anything like that. Or fluff or Millie hair, our little Scotty dog Millie Moo. So yeah, so that's Peter Rabbit and Mummy. And all I do with these, all my wreaths and things, I've got these. Oh, this is a bit I've had this one a long time, it's a bit battered. These are 12-inch by 12-inch paper storage for scrapbooking actually. They're just a nice thin, what's that, about an inch-ish storage box, but they do just fit the wreaths lovely. So I've got a lot of like my Christmas wreaths and things like that all stored in my old scrapbooking storage containers, and I find that yeah, they're just great for storing all my crystal art that I want to put away until later on in the year. So that's one to go away. They do have lids as well, but I'm not quite sure where I've got the lid. I think that has possibly got something in it. Okay, so then my crystal art keychain, and I believe this one was from Fan Cells. I'll put all the links down below if I can find them. I've sealed one side and not the other, so that's the side that is sealed, and you can see it's pretty shiny there. And then that's the side that I've not sealed yet, and again it is shiny, but these drills will move. They are moving about quite a bit. If I use my nail, they are going to move. So because this is going to be a keychain, probably a bag charm actually on my bag, I have sealed it. So as you can see, quite a bit of pressure and they are not moving. I've done one side, and then I do still today need to do the other side, because obviously you can only do one side at once. I suppose you could hang it up, but I like to let one side dry fully first and then do the other side if you're doing anything that's double-sided. But yeah, so that's, but as you can see, there is no difference. So yeah, that was all crystals. That was a good fun little project to do. That was on my Union wall, my Jubilee wall. Right, this one is, oops, it's got an extra one there. Just get rid of that one. Is my, has one come off anywhere? Let me just double check. No, that just must have been a spare gem. Sometimes I spill spare gems, or, you know, when you pick one up and you think, oh, I'm sure I had one on my pen, and it's disappeared. And then about 3 days later, you find it's still on your canvas, sort of like stood up. But anyway, so this is the little sign that I did at Easter, and I did have Happy Easter written on there, and it was on my mantelpiece. And this was all crystal gems, and as you can see, oops, hello, there's my camera, my phone. It is still very, very shiny. So yeah, and that will just keep that nice and sealed and solid for next year, but you do still have your bendability as well. I don't know if you can see, I did slightly go over the edges, and I tend to, you can if you want, use a dry wet wipe just to go over and take the excess off the top. To be honest, I tend not to. I find that they dry just fine anyway. Obviously, if you've got some that's a little bit thicker that you want to take some off, then take it off. Basically what you're doing is grouting like tiles, so you want all of your sealer to go in between your gems so it holds your gems. You don't really particularly need it or want it on the top, but if it goes on the top, you want to take the excess off, you can do, but I've never found the need. I should possibly have just gone around the edges a little bit. You can sort of see that there is some extra just around those edges, but you have to look really closely to see that because this is a shiny surface, that there is excess on there. But yeah, so that's another one that's sealed and done. Okay, and then Little Bunny, this again was a mixture of just gold gems, and these are AB gems, and these are all crystals and pearls there. And that one again, nice and sparkly. It's very difficult to show in camera, to be fair. but yeah, you know, he's completely sealed now. And I did actually get a sealer over the eyes and the mouth because they were still sticky. Sometimes when they do parts where they've put glue all over and there are like eyes and mouths and noses and things, the sticky is still on those as well. So if you put this out without sealing it, you can end up again with fluff or dust or whatever on them. Excuse me, just clear my throat there. The frog's back, Chris. Yeah, just by putting the sealer over, I mean, you can see that, you know, there's no detriment to it at all. It does still show up. There's no like fogginess to it. It's still nice and clear and sharp, and the little eyelashes and everything there, look. And you can't tell that there is a coat of sealer on that, but now it just means it's not sticky at all. There's no stickiness to it. So that's Bernie Rabbit. Okay. And then this little chap, oh, he was so sweet. I love him. That little face. I just love that bunny so much. This was all crystal, and again, beautifully sealed. Made sure some of the edges were just a little bit tacky. Some of the edges around the bunny were a little bit tacky. But because now I've sealed all the edges and sealed all this, he's no longer tacky anymore, and you can see he is still bendable. Yeah, this one was on a piece of foam. Jeanette did ask me, what did I prefer to do wreaths on? When I did things like this, what medium did I prefer? And to be honest, my answer would be these foam ones. You do need to stick them sort of either side. I think we saw when I put this on the wall, it did start curling in a little bit. But I do find they are lighter weight when they're on the foam. They're very, very easy to work on. And I find as well that if you don't stick them up properly, they can fall off the wall. If this fell off the wall, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to break. It's not going to crack or anything, because, you know, it's foam. There's nothing on it to break. So these are my preferred ones. Do you know, I can't speak this morning. I'm going to blame the heat. Everything that I do wrong at the moment, I'm blaming the heat. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I do prefer these. My next favourite then would be the MDF. They are heavy, but they are, again, solid. They're not going to break if they drop off the wall. And they tend to be very good quality, the MDF ones. Mainly, it's Craft Buddy Crystal Art that do the MDF ones. And then really, I'm afraid my least favourite are the acrylic ones, because they can sometimes, although I've been, fingers crossed, very lucky, not had any broken coming through the post, they are a piece of brittle plastic at the end of the day, and they can snap. And if they drop off the wall, again, they can break, they can snap. So they're something that I'm not overly fond of doing. And sometimes with the acrylic, if the acrylic is too thick, you find that you have to look directly over the project to actually see where the drill goes, because I tend to work on an easel on an angle, or on a table on an angle, and I'm putting the drills down from sort of the bottom upwards or whatever on the angle I'm doing. But if you've got one that's a thick acrylic, the perspective can look really different when you're doing it from a side, and then when you pick it up and look at it from the top or look at it front on, all your drills look as though they're not lined up and they're not over the circles. So that I don't like. You'll find it sometimes with the keychain. One side will do really, really well, and then when you do the other side, it's more tricky to do because of the thick acrylic. You've got to be directly over the top. It's fine if you do work from directly over the top, because then obviously you're placing your drills correctly. But the next time I get one, I'll show you, and I'll show you how it works out. So yeah, I tend to find with some of those that I end up having to then move all my drills into place, and then I look at it from another angle and I think, oh, it's still not done, and I have to move them again. So the acrylics really are my least favourite, but I do love them. It wouldn't stop me buying them. If I knew it was an acrylic one, it wouldn't stop me buying them. The white acrylic ones tend to be a lot better. Again, it will break if you drop it, but if it's like one of those like opaque acrylic that's like a white creamy background that the design is on, then you don't get the problem of like the see-through where you can see the drills through. So anyway, if I get one again, I will show you what I mean. But yeah, the foam ones are actually my favourite. Let me know in the comments which are your favourite. Which wreaths and things do you like doing best? Okay, and then more of my Jubilee corner. I've sealed my flags. Again, you can see all crystals, all lovely and crystal, and they are still bendable. So actually putting the sealer on doesn't make them solid. It's not like you put in like a coating of acrylic or something on, or resin on it, and it won't bend and it suddenly becomes a piece of cardboard. It is slightly harder. It's not unbendable, you know, you can still move them, so you still do get that pliability on them. So that was the 2 flags. I believe one of them I got from fan cells and one of them I did get from Amazon. They are practically the same, albeit I did notice, oh no, they are the same length. I thought one of them was slightly shorter than the other. I should have cut this one out. Look, it's got a line going all the way around it. How strange, I never noticed that before. Well, heck. Okay, and then obviously a Bookmark, which will get a lot of wear and tear. This one's been sealed as well, all crystals, and you can see lovely and bendable still, and still very, very sparkly. Yeah, you just do pick up the sparkle. I've not taken the tassel off this one yet. I think I will be gifting this to somebody, but yeah, you know, you're going to be handling this a lot. Just see, yeah, that's solid. Some of them are still a little bit movable because they've not had the full 24 hours yet, but I do want to get these put away so I can get other things done. Okay, and then my little donkey bag. I believe this one was from Everyday E-Deal in a PR package, and again it was all crystals. I love the colour of that crystal. Those browns and fawns are gorgeous. And then the lady who is from Hedgehog Rescue, I bet she'd love this colour for her hedgehogs, because she does little hedgehog like ornament brooches things out of crystals. She's made up her own little crystal hedgehog. She does sell them for Hedgehog Rescue as well, so I will put a link down below for that one, because that's quite dear to my heart. We have still got hedgehogs visiting us. And then these big crystals here, as you can see, I mean, a clear crystal has got the clear on the top of it, and you can still see how shiny they are and how shiny those leaves are. And yeah, let's say I've no qualms about putting any sealer on anything. And again, I mean, this is a bag, but you can see it's still bendable. The only thing you can't do once you've sealed them is wash them. It is water soluble, the sealer, so if you did put it in the washing machine, you'll just end up with a pile of bits and probably ruin your washing machine. It'll just rattle and rattle and rattle. You know, when you've had a penny or something in your pocket, your jeans pocket or something, and forgotten to take it out, and all you always rattle, 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 rattle as it's going around. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, imagine that the washing machine repairman coming out and he's saying, well, I'm not quite sure why it's not working, and he suddenly pulls out this pile of all these little drills, all these little sparkly things. Oh, where have all these come from? Oh, I couldn't possibly say. Okay, so that's lovely little donkey, but that is just so sweet. I love that, and I am going to be using that because it's got a hot pink on it as well. A hot pink with a donkey on. What more could you wish for? Okay, and then I've just recently done the kitting down on my storage box, and again, because I am going to be using it as a storage box for my drills, and it's going to get a lot of wear and tear, then I've still got a bit of sticky there. I used some glue gun to get all this sticky off. If you remember when I got it, it had like some extra glue on the edges there, but it's come off. Then yeah, I've sealed this now. So again, ABs, special drills, all your little crystals, and it is beautiful. It is so shiny still. And again, I sealed that one yesterday, and it's all gorgeous. I love these. I absolutely love these gems. Yeah. So that's just my little bit of sealing that I've done. I hope you found this useful. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them down below. If there are any like gems or anything you want me to try sealing, then I will try and get some and have a go at sealing them. That's another bit of sticky that I've just got there. Suddenly, yeah, it comes off. Bit of goo gone does wonders. I have on this one actually sealed in between the drills as well. All these green bits have had sealer on them, and again, you can't tell that there's anything extra on there. They just look nice and shiny still. So yeah, it will just stop the fluff and it will stop the beads coming off. When I started my YouTube channel, one of the first experiments that I did actually was sealing glow-in-the-dark drills to see whether you would still have the glow-in-the-dark effect from sealing some glow-in-the-dark drills, and I can quite honestly say yes. And again, there is a video of that, but I can always do another one. It's not a problem. I had a little bit of fun doing that. I had some glow-in-the-dark glue as well that I tried out, and that was really funny because that glowed in the dark on my shelf. Okay, well, I think that's everything that I needed to say. As I say, if I've forgotten anything, please leave it in the comments. Any comments or questions. If you've enjoyed seeing this, a thumbs up is always much appreciated. And if you do want to come back and see what I get up to next, and you don't want to miss out on any future videos, by pressing subscribing, you will get notified of any videos that come out. You do need to press that little all notifications bell as well. Just means you get in your little notifications, your little list on YouTube. It just tells you, oh, Liz has uploaded a new video, so you'll know that it's there. Because I know I subscribe to so many different people now. And I do try and watch everybody, and I do sometimes find that I miss ones because I've got so many. But if I go down my notifications list, then I can just click on them and watch them, and I don't miss anybody. Okay, well, that's me for now. So thank you ever so much for stopping by, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.